God sent him away because of the drought that was coming and the famine that would come, so that he would have a water source. But he had to live by himself, fed miraculously by ravens. Scripture doesn't record the emotional component of this circumstance, but Elijah was human, so he had some form of reaction to being sent away from his community and essentially away from his job. If he's living by himself at a brook, he's not really prophesying to anyone, but his job is to be a prophet. So he's a little isolated over here. I wonder what he thought about going away from that source of maybe companionship, professional learning. Has anybody else here ever felt sidelined from their community or from their vocation? There's another thing to notice about this scenario, that is, in Jewish law, ravens are actually unclean birds, and Deuteronomy says that they should be detested and abhorred. And so it's a little puzzling about why God sent ravens to a Jewish prophet to feed him. I think the Lord knew about the ravens. I also think the Lord knew about pigeons. This is my idea. I think pigeons would have been fine. Those were clean birds. They're abundant birds, like Mary and Joseph brought pigeons to sacrifice, right? So they're used in sacrifice. Pigeons, millennia of pigeons, deliver messages to like really precise hidden locations, like homing pigeon. He could have gone and found Elijah with the pigeons. I just think pigeons would have been a great solution to this situation. But God sent ravens. I don't have Elijah's initial reaction to ravens, but I do have Peter's reaction to unclean animals in the book of Acts. You probably know that God lowered down a sheet of big animals, unclean animals, and said, "Rise, Peter, kill and eat." And Peter was like, "Great, I'm diving in." No. Peter said, "Lord, I've never eaten anything unclean. I wouldn't do that." Right? It took some work for God to convince Peter that he had another idea. God's intention to open his kingdom to all nations through Jesus is now in its fullness.